Let's be clear, those effects you see in games, they're not magic. They are a craft. They are a series of logical, learnable steps anyone can understand. You see, I used to think that you need some kind of a wizardry to learn the stuff, or to even make it. Then I learned that it's mostly like being a chef. You just kind of need to know the recipes. Hey guys, I'm Jack. I'm a visual effects artist in the games industry, and today I sat down with one of my colleagues, Rayane and Saada. Together we broke down 4 of his best effects that he ever done. But before we start, this video is split into 4 parts, starting with the full breakdown of this anime style / combo effect. Then we dive into this cool anime style electric / combo effect. After that, we will explain how this semi-realistic frozen tag effect kind of work. And the final effect, we will explain how this semi-realistic fire blast effect works. For each one, we will look at the final result of the effect, but then we'll jump right into breaking it down for you. So we'll go like in the engine and kind of uncover those ingredients, you know, the shaders, the textures, the particle systems, and how it all kind of comes together to make an effect. Now, if you're ready to see how it's really done, let's dive into the first one.
Hey everyone, I'm Rayane. I started the whole VFX stuff when I was 11. So mostly it was with Unity, and I was more interested in trying to make my own little video game. First work I did was basically this one, water splash effect. It aged like fine wine. My first Negro system, first meshes. Also in here started using Houdini to create meshes for especially like the splashes. Tutorials that helped me a lot with Houdini for modeling meshes for VFX were the one from Pavel, OneMaFX on YouTube. I discovered a new way to use Houdini. Tried experimenting more, got into the Mages box, Chinese arc. I started getting more references from that because the effects are there crazy. I basically trained my eye watching a lot of anime. Let's get down to this one. So the Miyabi / combo. Right, let me actually show the project. Yeah, so this is the project here. So basically, yeah, this was the character, the actual model.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was in this pose. The animations also. Why is it so fast? So yeah, these were the animations.
Wait, where do you get those animations? Are you actually animating those? What is happening?
No.
Yeah.
So.
But the reason I'm asking because a lot of people might see this and think like, all right, I'm expected to like animate all of this. But I've seen a lot of Maximal, right? Like stuff where artists are downloading assets. They make their effects on the animation itself, right?
Yeah. What my process looks like is basically I get the character animation.
Yeah.
Then I search for a good environment.
Okay.
So where the character can blend in.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, like more stylized anime. And this map I get for free when it was free for a limited time. The Epic Marketplace.
Yeah.
So then I put the character in here. After doing everything, I try to plan the camera shots, and it takes some amount of time because composition is not that. So what I do is basically go in here, cinematic viewport.
All right.
And we have the grid.
Okay.
And I try to get, the at the center the subject, but also in these points. So the rule of thirds. Sometimes like I messed with them to have more dynamic. In here everything is centered, but try to also mess with these to have like something more dynamic, like maybe this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going too far, and I decided to just try to do something simpler. So go with more like centered composition, everything centered.
Yeah.
So after doing that, I use Procreate to sketch the VFX.
Okay.
These are the initial concepts. So these are basically screenshots of the camera angles I chose, like for the first time.
Oh yeah.
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 It helps me a lot with the composition, like to plan the VFX. It helps a lot.
So what you did here is like a hybrid art, basically. You're not doing everything on paper. You're not redrawing the character. You kind of are speeding up the process a little bit. by
Exactly, yeah.
by making screenshots and
Thank you. But yeah, like I usually do this for every VFX. I do like screenshot what I have, go to Procreate, draw the VFX, or at least like some sketch. It doesn't need to be fully complete.
it's
So,
a
yeah,
great idea. I never
basically-
thought about it like this. I think this is awesome.
And then like I always try to keep it simple.
Yep.
So it was like this, and then for the final one, it became more like this one.
Awesome.
So yeah, it is quite different, you know.
Yeah, you're testing the camera angle, like you said, right? So
Yeah.
if that works,
So yeah, after doing this, I go to the engine and I start planning the VFX. So I have my sequencer. I put the animation in here, and then like with every bit of animation, so still in the cinematic viewport. So yeah, we got this one. So this one, go in here and go here, Niagara system, the slash one. So for the slash, okay, this one.
Yeah.
So what you see here are the elements of the slash, and basically, I got the same elements that were present in the actual gameplay. So we have this impact texture, we have the slash, and we have also this one. And when seeing like frame by frame what it was doing, I saw that like this one gets stretched, and then you have this one appearing, so another texture that basically stretches too.
Yeah.
And then you have the other particles appearing. And yeah, they do this to give you the feeling of, okay, you slash something.
Yeah, or you also hit something because there's this hit texture there.
So yeah, we have like this feeling of the slash.
Yeah.
And with it, same as in the game, they also use this.
Yeah.
And these elements, especially like this to symbolize, okay, there was like some kind of air that was also rushed with the slash.
Yeah.
So it interacted also with the environment. So I messed a lot with the curves. Screen sprite size, for example, see like in here the curves have some keyframes and stuff. Same here, like I'd say on these I spend a lot of time like trying to, you know, get the right feeling and get it to feel like in the game.
Okay, so you're scaling each and every axis. So the green one is basically the X or the Y. I can't see the Y, and the X would be the red one, and that's how you're squashing and stretching in that single Niagara system that we see right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's for the one of the sword slashes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
But also something that I always try to do when doing these is basically not try just to, you know, copy paste the same thing, but also put something of mine.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
And this especially in the concept phase, like when I do the concept, okay, I know how the slashes are in the real game. So that feeling, that style, okay, I get it. Now I can add something of mine to that and make something.
Yeah. What was the something that you've added here that was truly your own?
I was inspired by manga in here. So basically, like it's stuff that she did. That's why we have these.
Cool.
These how they're called, onomatopoeias.
Yeah, they're basically resembling sound effects that you can't hear because it's manga, right? So it's
exactly
whoosh, splash, or whatever, right?
Onomatopoeia. Okay. Yeah, these.
Yeah, these guys.
So these that you see a lot in manga.
Yep.
So I was inspired to do these, and I went there. I got some of them. I tried to copy, like the draw them, like, you know, hand drawn in Procreate, and just like try to messing around with.
Yeah. So you ended up with a texture, right? And then you applied it on one of those Niagara systems.
In here.
Yeah. And so
basically this one.
How does it spawn and what does it do?
It's a simple sprite.
Yeah.
It's just a plane. Exactly. So it spawns. Basically, I messed also with the default pivot UV space, so that instead of like having it say scale from the center, it scales like either down, up, or just from the sides. So in here, for example, I tried to make it, you know, follow the movement.
Yeah.
So it doesn't scale from the center, but it scales like with the slash.
Cool. All right. So that's for the sword slash.
Yeah. When you have too much freedom, of creativity in here. Like you can go crazy.
Yeah.
So I usually try to limit myself. I know I'm not good at it, especially with this kind of effect.
Yeah.
But also in here the slash, like you can see there's also like this one that rotates, so to symbolize the wind.
The wind, yeah. I wanted to ask you, how
And-
do you like sync it with the sword animation? Because we've seen the
Yeah.
in Niagara, right? How are you
So
viewing it back in the scene, or like how's
it's all in here in the sequencer.
Yeah.
And it's all synced in here, but also because some stuff is easier to sync in the animation.
Exactly, yeah.
So these notifies. So for example, this slash in here upwards. This
Oh,
one that looks
the green
yeah.
stuff are the Niagara systems that are placing exactly at the exact moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to sync them with the animation.
Yeah, okay.
So like when she does exactly like do this, then
Yeah.
it plays.
Perfect. Which
And
is
then
not playing
same
right
in
now,
here.
right? Or the effect with the action. Then you worry about that being exactly later or exact
Yeah.
later. Okay, got it.
Like VFX, as you know, and animation go hand in hand.
Mm.
So if the animation is well timed,
Yeah.
the VFX will follow it and it will look good. If
Yeah.
the animation sucks, the VFX will suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I spend a lot of time like searching for a good animation.
Yeah.
Because without it, the VFX will suck.
Yeah, because VFX is basically a trick on your mind, right? It's like mirrors
yeah.
and smoke. Without the
I mean, at the end of
actual
the day-
magic trick, you would not, you would see the cards floating and stuff.
Yeah. But as we said, it's the emphasis of an action.
Mhm.
If the action isn't good, isn't timed well,
Yeah.
the emphasis just doesn't work. So the next movement is the final one.
Okay, before we go
Something.
there, how are you making the scene go red like that?
Post-process. So basically in the post-process, if I go there,
Post-process is,
Uh-huh.
would you explain to someone who doesn't know engines or anything, would you say they're like filters that you can apply on your video or on your picture
Yeah,
in a way?
basically volumes.
Yeah, volume.
So they are basically, as you see in here, it's a cube. So basically it's a volume. And when you interact with that volume, so when say like the character gets into the volume or the camera actually gets into the volume, you can modify, as you see here, like lens settings, bloom, exposure, chromatic aberration, vignette, color grading. You can modify a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
So what you usually do is just like go this,
Mhm.
and you create it, put it in unbound, so infinite extent. So the character or the camera doesn't need to be in the volume to have the volume, modify the scene, the
Yeah.
shot. So you put it to infinite, and then using the sequencer, so add, put the post process, then you can go in here, settings, and you have all these settings that you can basically animate
Okay.
in the sequencer.
So those are like the
Um,
parameters you would see usually on the right side when you open the post-processing. right?
Exactly.
So they're the same.
Yeah.
You're not, inventing it, right? Okay.
No. You're basically modifying these parameter values
On the
in
timeline,
here.
right? On the
Yeah.
on the actual time, and then you could say, yeah,
And usually the trick to sell the final combo, like the final thing, when you want something very impactful, is a mix of chromatic aberration, vignette, and radial blur.
Can you explain the first one?
So basically, chromatic aberration is if you see the borders,
Yeah.
you can notice it more.
Yeah.
And the RGB values
Are switched or shifted
yep.
a little bit. Yeah.
shifted, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's a shift of the RGB.
The vignette.
This-
What is the vignette?
The vignette is basically this one.
Mhm.
So you can see the borders of the screen get black.
Yep.
And what this does is basically to make a subject in focus.
Mhm.
You darken the stuff around it,
Yep.
so the environment around it, and then you have like the thing with the most value, so the brightest thing
Mhm.
pop. So that with the chromatic aberration
Mhm.
and the final radial blur that you can see here,
Yep.
basically like it
Radial
goes
blur.
from the center.
Yeah.
So it blurs mostly
The outer.
the outer than
Yeah.
the center,
Okay.
and that way you get a feeling of a dynamic feeling.
Mhm.
And this helps a lot. So yeah, after doing that, now for the red part, this red thing,
Mhm.
this one is basically just a plane. But
Wait, I
in the
couldn't
post-process-
see it. Can you play it again? Really slow? This one.
See? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So for this one, in this case, I used it on a plane, so sprite.
Yeah.
You could either put it in here or just on a Niagara system. So I went in here, went into Niagara system. Basically, it's a quad that takes the whole camera view.
Yep.
And it is centered to the camera. And then you have like a noise, so a blue noise that is distorted using the screen view. And then it renders everything into red and black.
All right.
So get the color of the screen, get the RGB values, and then clamp those values. So you get only like the white and black, and then you can multiply it by color. But yeah, it's basically the same logic. So this one actually, I didn't know how to do the black-white impact frame, so I got into YouTube and searched for like an impact frame in Unreal, and this guy did like this. So basically, you do UV and make them radial.
Yep.
So you have the UV, you make them radial, then you get the RNG. You do a step, so to get those lines.
All right.
You quantize them, so see in here.
Yeah.
And then you floor, divide.
All right.
And you have this append with the green value.
Okay.
And then you stretch them radially, so it will become more like this. And then you have your texture that will do that. So you have this. And if we see the texture without the whole thing, basically this.
Yep.
It's blue noise.
It's noise, yeah.
But if you get that noise, so you distort it like this, and then you quantize it, so not to have like all the values, but you clamp the values, you limit the values, and you stretch them, you get something like this that we see a lot in anime.
Speed lines.
Exactly. Yeah.
In comics and in
yeah. And then we filter, so we get the RG channels.
Yeah.
So these, just those. And then we multiply it by radial gradient, so to mask it out. And yeah.
All right. So the radial gradient is literally working like a vignette here, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's this.
Yep.
So we're multiplying it by that.
Yep. All right.
This one to make the distortion more sparse.
All right.
So using some cheap contrast from the RGB in here, and then having the radial gradient, we can control it more in here. And then to make this basically adapt to the screen, so what you're seeing, you get the viewport UV screen position. You add that with the screen position.
So screen position is taking where the camera is in space, correct?
Yeah, outputs the screen space position of the pixel currently being rendered.
All right, gotcha.
And then we put it in the UV of the scene color.
The scene color. All right. That you wouldn't see because there's no scene at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And we desaturate it. So from the RGB value, you get it. Like you basically, eliminate all the colors. So after all of this, this is just to get, more control over it.
Yep.
You saturate it, so to kind of like a clamp. You invert it. And then you multiply with the particle color. So to get the Niagara system colors, you get it in here.
Which you can animate even like in Niagara, so you have really nice controls.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, you can also put like a simple constant for vector, so to have the colors, and you can have like a color parameter just for the material if you don't need Niagara.
Got it.
But this is just for Niagara.
Cool. And
then in here for the opacity, we do the same thing of in here.
Oh, okay. So it's literally distorting. All right, that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. Hey, that's awesome.
Because it's basically this.
It's so cool that you were able to pull this off in Unreal. That's so cool.
Yeah. See, basically.
Wow.
What it is doing. Let's actually see it in a play. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Now it's doing it.
Just basically doing this.
How did you make the scene look so cel shady, right? My question
because
is
we are clamping it. We're clamping the values.
You're clamping it. Okay. So first desaturation was applied. Then
Yeah.
you clamped it, and that would create. Okay, the contrast is hooked into the clamp itself. All right, got
It's a desaturation that does it also.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, especially in here, because we are basically stepping them, quantizing them.
Yep.
So
Cool.
here,
Yep.
see these? Usually they are blended in a gradient.
Mhm.
But when you step them, you tell them, okay, less pixels, we want less pixels, so we can have more defined colors.
Yep.
This one,
Mm.
that seems it has like depth,
Yeah.
but actually it's a plane,
Ah,
another illusion.
nice.
So yeah, this one is, as the name suggests, it's POM or parallax occlusion mapping.
Yeah.
So basically, this it does everything.
Okay. Is that something that comes with Unreal, or is that something you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes with Unreal.
So it's called parallax occlusion
Occlusion mapping.
Okay. Let's
Just
walk us through it.
parallax occlusion mapping.
Yeah.
Boom, you have it.
Awesome.
What this does is it takes this texture,
Mhm.
and the texture was created in Substance Designer.
Mhm.
So you have the shape.
Mhm.
So
And by the way, I'm just gonna explain. This is called texture packing. You're basically taking red, green, and blue as their own value, and you're packing the texture in those values. So you can take different textures basically through the channels: the red, the green, and the blue.
So
Yeah.
transformation, if I want to rescale it
Yeah.
in Substance Designer,
Yeah.
and then we have this one that will act as a mask.
Yep.
And we will have these. So the size 3 noise
Yep.
that are scaled like this.
Yep.
So you have this texture for the cracks.
Yep.
And then we do an edge detect.
Uh-huh.
So you have like this in invert, and we blend it with the blurred version of the texture.
All right. Then you get the mask.
Then we have this basically.
Blending.
Yeah, we multiply it.
Mhm.
And then we also invert this one to have this.
Mhm.
So to have the cracks in
Yeah.
the texture.
Mhm.
So you blend it, and you have this. Well, in this case, the star is little, but yeah. So here, what we do is get the cells.
Okay.
You do a flat fill.
Yep.
And you do a flat fill to gradient.
Uh-huh.
This way, the cracks that you see will have different depth. So instead of being all like the same, they have different depth using this. And then you blend it with the mask.
All right.
So basically same as the power.
All right.
Blend it. You
And
have
so
this
in the
invert.
engine, you're basically this would be your depth in a way.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, got it.
Because we want the portal to open, from like here,
Mhm.
and then to close.
Yeah.
So
All right, so let's go back in engine and see what kind of magic you've done now with this texture.
so we put this one.
Yep.
In the height map.
All right.
For the UVs, we have
Normal
the UVs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The height map channel. In this case, our height map is this.
Okay. All right.
So we put a constant 3 vector. So it has, no, actually this one is the 4 vector. It has RGBA, so
Yep.
X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
and alpha. And we need the B, because
The
the
blue.
blue channel has the height map channel.
Okay, so this
So we
is how
put
you
it
choose which channel. You choose it
Yep.
after. All right, after you assign the texture. All right, I get it now better. Mm-hmm.
And for the height ratio, so this is how deep the height map is.
Okay.
So this is a parameter. Minimum steps and maximum steps is basically, if you see here,
Yeah.
see these lines, these are the steps.
The steps, yeah. It's like a mirror in front of a mirror, right? It's you're asking it how
Exactly.
many times are you doing the mirroring, right?
Yeah, so the more steps you will do, the more it will become, more calculations, so heavier. So, don't put crazy numbers, but in this case, who cares?
So if we influence those numbers right now, so for example, the first one, the ratio, if we make it
yeah, sure.
oh, you have
Go in here.
you have a parameter. All right, cool.
Yep.
All right.
So say okay, I put it in 800 preset value, but to have it smooth, it's like this. But if you put say like max is 200 and then 200. See?
Oh, you start seeing the world
Yeah.
almost instead of seeing the portal. All right. But I kinda I'm digging the vibes a little bit better for some reason. But I get it. If it's anime, you don't want any smoother transitions, right? You kind of just want it to be sharp and to the point.
Yeah, thing with stylized, like usually want smoother noises in general.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're doing stylized, you don't want a lot of noise.
Yeah.
You want to dodge a lot of noise. So you want textures that are smooth,
Yeah.
you know, because it's more like stylized.
Yep. It's an expression, right? It's not entirely reality, but an expression of
Yeah.
reality, and it depends which
Exactly.
stylization. I don't want to generalize the word stylization because stylization could be anything from like Tim Burton to anime to comic to if you go in depth of like how each one is like the rules of each one is made and stuff like that.
Hey, before we continue this conversation, this show is for free and it should remain like that. If you ever have found it useful and you want to support its production, you have 3 direct options. The first one is YouTube memberships. Second option is a direct donation if you like, a one-time or monthly on my PayPal account. And the third option, which is my favorite, is purchasing one of the courses that I recommend to you. Now, no one has really time to go through all the courses, but thankfully I have. So I completed a whole list of the best resources out there for you. This is my favorite way of supporting this because it will guarantee that you will learn something new. However, it's all up to you and this remains for free. Now back to the conversation.
Once we have the parallax, and you can see it in here, see?
Ooh, that's awesome.
You can see the depth and everything. In
So
here.
basically, white means stay on the plane. Black means, you know, go in depth.
Go deep.
Go deep, yeah. So can we look at the texture again just one last time to understand? Here, yeah.
This one.
All right, so here the black is literally pushing that thing in, right? That what we see. All right, so I think that it is kind of clearer to me now. Cool. All right, let's go.
So after having this, these are our UV.
Yeah.
Okay. So this node is called the NMGR declaration node in here.
All right. What does it do? Oh.
It's like the travel node in Substance Designer, or portal node, whatever it's called.
Oh,
so
okay.
instead of having spaghetti shaders.
So that's how you do it. All right, cool.
Yeah. And to have like clean, very polished like shaders, easy to read, instead of having lines everywhere.
Yeah.
Just use the NMGR declaration. We basically output the height map. So we have this.
Wow.
As you see.
Yeah.
With the RGB. And then we get the R. So this one, the cracks. This one we get this. We multiply it by the inverted one of the green.
Okay.
So the green is this.
Yeah.
So we invert it and we multiply it and you have something like this.
Okay, so you're taking the mask of the green one and you're applying the cracks on it, basically.
Exactly.
That's what's happening. All right, cool.
So yeah, having these, basically you add the inverted of the blue. So this one you invert it, and we have this.
Yep. Cool.
There we go.
Yep.
Now you can see inside like there are.
So you apply.
cracks.
Now we have a height map that is pushing the plane inside, inwards, and you're still using the same texture. By the way, that's an optimization trick to color it, basically, to apply the colors of it. Yet you did not color it. You're adding the values, let's say. From
for now, like, you know, we have all the layers and we add everything in to have that effect.
Yeah.
And then using the smooth step in here. So with the smooth step, what we will have is basically this reveal and reveal limit. So see.
Oh.
It's
Awesome.
basically a reveal that it does.
Awesome.
And we have also the limit, so to not have, this,
Yep.
we know it's 0.30 and
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this
See?
is how you have it blend in the scene and blend out the scene.
yeah, basically now you can see how we have like the cracks in here, these also, so kind of like a fracture in space, and to reveal these,
Yeah.
you can have the reveal limit. So it's in here, and then we have this.
Wow.
So it
I
all
love
just
how
reveals.
it's using the actual the texture you showed in Substance Designer, how it's using the cells to do the smart masking, right?
Yeah.
Because you showed those gradients that you were putting on literally each and every cell to make it randomized, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So then, after having this,
Yep.
we obviously saturate it, so to clamp it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have our parallax occlusion, that will be the opacity.
Perfect.
Now,
And that's what we're seeing with the parameters that
Exactly.
you were manipulating. Perfect.
and this is just the, the normal one without the texture inside.
Yeah, exactly.
To have the texture inside though,
Yeah.
what we do is we have our texture.
I'm guessing you're doing some rippling, right? Like some because when I saw the full texture. All right, let's see it. Let's see it
Actually,
without
it's not
guessing.
like this. Actually, it's this one, yeah. Basically a noise that is quantized, so you can see like it's stepped. So basically, you start with the Perlin noise and another one. So this one is scaled like this, big. This one is smaller. You warp them together. You warp this one using this. You invert. You slow blur. To have this kind of liquid effect, use the levels,
Wow.
as you see,
Yeah.
to control that. Then you blur it again.
All right.
Blur the same texture with the same texture, and not to levels, to have
Yep.
those values, like.
But just
jump
quickly on
automatically.
the blur the same texture with the same texture. That's a common stylization technique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Like
Yep.
if I do it more intense.
It looks a bit more paintery, a little bit.
After that, you do the levels. So to have something more like this instead of super noisy doisy. And then you do a direction warp using the creased one. So see these. You warp them with those. There we go. Quantize grayscale. So see what the quantize does. If we go to here and do slope. Okay. No, actually. Okay. Kinda like this. And now it's basically
Yeah.
kinda like this. What
All
I'm
right.
doing. Yeah. So you play with these values until you get what you like.
Mm-hmm.
If you apply a gradient map,
Okay.
you will basically like have that kind of stuff at the end of the day. And what I did is just like having a vector to radial. So instead of having it like this, what we basically do is like actually polar. Yep, Cartesian to polar. We have more like this.
Yep. Again, like you did with the other shader, radial.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, basically like if we just use the normal text coordinate, we'll have something, plain.
All right.
And if we see it in action, see?
Yep.
It's 2D.
Yep.
It's not getting the depth.
Yep. From the
So-
which you were getting from what exactly? The camera position or
No, the parallax UVs.
the parallax? Okay.
So we get the UVs of the parallax to the depth.
All right. And this is how you're getting the depth now. That's a cool trick.
Exactly.
Yep.
See? Now it has the depth.
Awesome.
And then having that inside texture, for the color, basically use the screen position. So the UV, scene color, same as like the impact frame what you did. And then you lerp it with the inside texture and then the inverted of the parallax occlusion.
Mhm.
and you get something like. See?
It's in.
It's basically just this.
Mhm.
It's a plane
Yep.
with the material, and here it just appears. But usually, what I'm doing is,
Uh-huh.
yeah, these are a lot of keyframes. So it's all here.
Mhm.
So basically, like control the radius, scale it.
Ah, okay. And you're also playing with the shader parameters, right?
Yeah, playing with the shader parameters. I was basically controlling these.
Yeah.
And the dynamic parameter,
Okay.
it was in the reveal.
Mm-hmm.
So to control the reveal in Niagara, we use the dynamic parameter module,
Mm-hmm.
and we just plug it in there.
Which gives
you
you
can
the ability
animate.
to add values within the Niagara system.
And control them directly there and animate them.
Well, basically, it's empowering the shader through the Niagara system.
Yep, exactly.
But you can only do it through 4, right? So you can only have
Through?
four controls, RGBA, right?
Actually, you can have only like 4 parameters.
Yep.
But if you have another one, so what's it doing right now is it's basically using the parameter index 0.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see here,
yeah,
dynamic parameter index 0.
Uh-huh.
And we have 0, 1, 2, 3.
All right, that's
so
awesome.
If we duplicate it
You changed
with other parameters, obviously,
Yeah.
and we change it to, for example, 1,
Yep.
okay. If we go in here, we put in 1, right parameter index, and they will appear, the parameters.
Yep. So it basically can do up to 16 parameters.
So yeah, what I also did, so you see like this polka dot pattern.
Yeah.
What it's basically doing is basically, and I put another render, so sprite render, in the same emitter.
Yeah.
So this one is just the outline, so it's just a texture with this. That's it.
Awesome. It's kind of
So,
Mhm.
yep. So instead of like duplicating this emitter to do the same stuff, what I did is you can basically in Niagara do another render, call it like do the rename and call it with another name, and then using the bindings that are agreed to here. So these, for example, in here it's like usually it's position, color, velocity, like the default ones. But you can go in here, set a new parameter. So if you go in here and do like set new or existing parameter directly, and then here, for example, okay, you go to particle attributes. Yeah, particle attributes. You go in here, you create one, say float. You can go in here, choose this, and then like you can either make a new in here or there, and then you can modify that parameter in here, and then to say Niagara, okay, you can use that parameter, for example, for the color, or for the sprite rotation, or for the sprite size. So instead of following this sprite size, that is the default one, follow the one called outline size.
Okay.
And that way you can go in here, set outline size, and you can like change it.
Wow. Cool.
It's a very cool trick to, optimize and have less emitters. That one, like, I used extensively for the zaps. So these ones, because these are textures, planes, basically. And to not have like 4 emitters, I use like the bindings and having them all grouped in here. And each one, as you see, has like Zappo3 rotation, Zappo2 rotation, Zappo2 size. So they all have like their different bindings and they're all set in here.
All right, the next one.
So it's this one.
Woo! Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, let's break that one down.
This character has already like established VFX and everything. So as always, got the character. For this scene, I found it actually. A guy shared it like on a website where they share like Blender stuff, and this was actually a Blender scene. Like this
Okay.
was in Blender,
Mhm.
and in Unity, you can import like directly blend files into Unity. So timelines is basically the same as a sequencer.
Okay.
It's it's the same. It has the same functions. This is all in Shuriken.
Mhm.
So the legacy particle system of Unity. I did not use VFX graph.
Okay, so basically in Unity there are two ways to do VFX.
Yeah.
One is the legacy one that uses the CPU, and one
Called
is
Shuriken.
called VFX graph, which is the main. All right.
Yep. So in here we're using CPU and it's Shuriken. Difference between them, not only CPU and GPU, but let's say VFX graph is more similar to Niagara. Like you can do lots of stuff with it, and it's more advanced. Shuriken is more like, okay, you have just these modules. So shape, velocity over lifetime, color over lifetime, size over lifetime. Like just with these, you create the VFX.
Yep.
You cannot add other modules.
Yep.
You just have these.
Exactly.
So you make do with whatever you have.
Now back to the timeline. So basically, you were adding the one that already exists in the scene, correct?
You have this.
Yep.
And then you just add it in here, drag and drop, and then you see here, like, and then you can have it play.
You have it played. Okay, so when you're changing the position of that thing, is it changing in world space and also animating that, or does it only animate when you tell it to animate?
So this is all in word space.
Okay.
Like this one, slash flash. So this one, if you go do playback time, it's in word space. Like see.
All right.
So it's all like basically particle systems in the word space.
And so the way you position this, if you want it to be on the sword, do you attach it to the prefab of the character, or do you just place exactly where the character is playing?
You could do that, but in my case, I was just doing it like okay, this here. /01. So this one here, and this was basically there. Like basically made it a child.
Okay.
Where is it actually? No, actually, this one is just there. But some of the other VFX, I made them a child of the character. I see here, they should be in here. Like, you can see, like, this is the mesh of the character.
Yeah.
And then we have, like, weapon all two. Okay, so for example, see, sword trail. This one. This one is a trail, but this one, the lightning burst. Why it doesn't show me? Wait, actually. Okay, here. Here, for example, the lightning bursts. This.
Yeah.
This is attached to the character.
Yeah. So it's always constantly following the character, right? And the rest is
here.
placed strategically on the scene in world space, correct?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Here's a question. Would that be an approach you would do in a game? Because I would imagine that approach is good for a cutscene, right?
Yeah, but in a game, no.
Exactly.
In a game, you can just put it like on, attached to a sword. Or I mean, apart from the animations of the character, I'm also like, see here, like active, and then it's not active anymore. Like to switch cameras, basically, I put the camera here. So I do this activation track. And this will basically do this. So in the game, see here how like the main camera is active, the other are like grayed out, so they are inactive. And basically I can switch camera with these.
Perfect.
This. Like see how main camera is active now, and then we have main camera 04, this grayed out.
And the vignette here is the same controls of the post-processing like in Unreal, right?
Yeah. Vignette is all in the post-processing, Something that is I found really easy to do in Unity than in Unreal is the electricity. There is this trick to it in Unity, which is very easy to do, especially with Shuriken. If I go there, okay, let's see. Cut smoke trees, lightning burst. Okay, so see this, this one. Basically a box location, so shape location. If you go here, it's a box volume with a scale, and then velocity over lifetime. And what is actually doing that electricity are the trails. So what we're doing in here is basically spawning some particles that have the speed of going like like this. And with this trail module in Shuriken, you can tell it to basically between each two particles
Spawn
create a
ribbon.
line.
Yeah, a ribbon.
Yeah, exactly. And then using the noise, you can just like have them, do like this, so be like
Yeah.
electricity.
So the noise is basically that's how they're doing this.
Yeah, it's basically a
jagging
2D noise, like it's a curl noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically just like this little trick that they usually do for electricity.
Yeah, and you could also tell the tail to be super long or super short or animate
Exactly.
faster. I think that is
Yeah,
like I agree with you
it's
there.
following the lifetime.
Yeah.
You put like 1 and 1. Yeah, they are like way
Awesome.
stronger. Yep. So this is like the trick to electricity, stylized one at least in Unity.
Yeah.
The slashes, for example. So in here, the cut.
Damn.
So basically, what I'm doing is basically take a texture and then squash it.
Squash.
Squash it, and basically it's already stretching, and then do it like this.
Yeah.
So kind of like a cut that was just done.
So that's not a lot of shaders, right? You're literally taking a white texture that looks maybe like this.
The whole shade, like these are materials.
Yeah.
And the shader basically is this one, so the master one for the particles. Yeah. You have in here like see and late and stuff, and yeah. So this is like the master shader basically.
Yeah.
Vertex color in here. So instead of having like the Niagara particle color.
Yeah. Vertex color means you're coloring inside of the shuriken system.
Yeah, interpolated on the fragment shader part. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is just like this shader and other materials like for the texture and stuff. So nothing, crazy or super complex. No, just textures and stuff. That's it.
And you probably are able to choose your texture, right? You could change it to something else if you like.
For example, if I go to this cut, right? This one. If I go to render,
exactly.
See, this is the material. Yep. And if I go here,
expand. Now you can choose the albedo or whatever.
In here, I'm using the standard particle material that is already built in Unity.
Yep.
But for my shader, I think I'm using it in a little flare. Like I have the main text. I guess I can do, like select the texture, do everything here.
Yeah.
Distortion and stuff. But yeah, so these cuts. See this, and then it's duplicated this, and then together they do this.
Wow.
What actually sells the effect is also the color of a lifetime. This gradient here.
Yeah.
So what it does is basically like start this and then doom, and then get like very emissive red to finish. And then that's it.
I really like the trick. It's super simple, but it's so impactful.
Yeah.
Like when you're looking at the animation from far, you don't notice those tricks. You just you get the impact, especially with the camera shake and stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, that's a trail, right? When she jumps.
Yeah.
Can we show how that trail is controlled?
The trail is basically this one, so it's attached to the character.
That's by the way, that's not a shuriken system. That's its own trail system, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a, but yeah, there you go. This one.
And if you play it, it starts making circles or squares, whatever you would like it to do.
Exactly.
I love this in Unity.
Line.
Honestly, I love this in Unity. It's so good.
You can preview the trail like this. Sine wave.
Sine wave, exactly. Or you could even make the sine wave smaller. You can make it go slower. And those are the controls on the right, by the way, people. Like you have your curve, how you want the thing to scale.
The weight.
Yep.
How much it lives.
Yep.
The color.
The shader. You can choose any shader you want. I love this in Unity because it makes projectiles so much easier to do.
And these are textures, basically planes that have WPO.
What is WPO? World Position Oriented?
World Position Offset.
Offset. Okay, let's look at that.
So for these, it just basically
Because honestly, when I saw this effect, I thought these were hand animated.
oh really?
Yeah, for real. I'm not joking. Yeah.
These are just like a plain texture,
Yep.
and with the, if I remember correctly, in here I was actually distorting the plane.
All right. So if we show the wireframe, we would literally
Yeah.
see the plane being distorted, correct?
Yeah. See,
Super cool.
it's going boom, 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 boom.
But how many quads then? How many vertices does? Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
I can't see it because of the. But yeah.
Yeah, the vibration. Because the camera in this view, it
Yeah.
was in here.
Yeah.
So to have, that kind of how to say, like, wind and all the stuff coming, like the energy dissipating.
Yeah.
What we have is basically two planes, custom meshes.
Yep. Scroll.
See this one?
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
So this is just a custom mesh that has like this shape, and then with the scoring noise in here and here to simulate the wind.
Yep.
Here, planes, and then you have like these particles spawning, like the electricity one,
Yeah.
spawning and going everywhere.
That is very smart. All right. Shall we cover the last one?
This one.
Boosh.
So here, this is how it was at the start.
I remember
It
you
was,
showing me this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more of a radio one,
Uh-huh.
and it was more like this.
Uh-huh.
And then a friend of mine was like, well, why, like, this is good, but still it feels like the fire one because it's also radio. Why not try something new?
Yeah.
I was like, something new. So something more like this. So I planned it more like this. This is a sketch, by the way. I'm not good at sketching. But yeah, as I said earlier, like, it gets the idea. So it doesn't need to be perfect. I don't care. It just gets the idea.
Yep.
And so the enemy will freeze, there will be spikes, and all in a triangle. So in Niagara, it feels weird.
All right.
Because like you got this in here and this like on the other part.
Yep.
But I don't know why, but like in here in the word it's working. In here it's not. To start it out, so worked on first the noise that helps a lot with this kind of feel was this one. The shape, see, it's like snow. And this one was actually done in After Effects.
After Effects.
It's a pretty noise, and in After Effects, like for the wave warp or something like this, it's basically noise, so cellular noise that is warped a lot, because you can see in here like there are points that are not connected, like splotches. And I found this one as a tutorial in Pinterest for After Effects.
Yeah.
Written tutorials as screenshots, and they follow that on After Effects, and then boom, I have this this one on the screen.
Yeah.
The ice on the screen, like that's not noise actually. Just like took this texture.
Yeah. But it's really communicating so well
The ice,
the freezing in the ice. It's
see, for example, here it's very, very distorted, like, but it works. Use it like this. So see, for example, this noise.
Yep.
The texture, I multiply it by the intensity.
Yeah.
And then this one,
you take
plug it,
and
and this is how it's distorted. So using these noises.
Yep.
The mask, obviously.
Yeah. To mask the end or to mask the beginning?
To mask the start. This is all on a mesh. Plane, you have already the two vertices.
Yeah.
You have the two vertices in here.
Yeah.
You unite them, and then you create some sort of bevel, and then boom.
And then you have the perfect plane projection as well in the UV. You don't have to add
exactly.
anything. Hell yeah.
And this one is a wave.
And it's literally scanning like through that plane, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going flush.
Yeah.
So for this one, for example, I didn't this kind of wave that you usually see it a lot in Korean effects, where you have like a circular wave and it's like this. It's pretty easy. Like I did the breakdown like 2 years ago. on the 80 level article.
Mhm.
And what they do, you have the wave texture. And the
Alright.
wave texture is like this.
All right.
So it's this thing,
Mhm.
and you basically tile it on the actual mesh. So if it's a circle, you will see this more than this. So it seems like it's a wave. So this one, for example. So
Mhm.
see this wave
Mhm.
here
Mhm.
that spawned, and then in here, like there isn't anything.
Mhm.
It's just like this texture, and then this you don't see anything. Like that's the whole thing of the wave. Then we have also this one
Ooh.
to add
Which
more
is
layers.
working in the same way, basically.
Yeah, same mesh, and it's basically this.
Mhm.
You have the mask. It's the same texture, and then I distorted with the simple Perlin noise. So for this one, what I used are basically 3 emitters. This could be done in another way, obviously. I'm not that good at the technical part, so I did it this way. To have more like, how to say, like variation of the rocks, you know?
Mhm.
Like see in here, for example, if you see like these are little, then they get medium, then they get bigger.
Yep.
So it's groups.
Oh, okay.
This, then this,
Uh-huh.
and then this one.
All right.
So combine the 3, this, and this, and then this, and you get basically, so these spawn first, then these, then these. Just
Yeah.
a simple delay.
Yeah.
In the spawn time. So see, like I want it to be like more whoosh,
Mm.
and then like it's linear here
Mhm.
in the Z. It's not scaling completely at the normal scale at the start. No, it's going over that
Mhm.
because it's
Overshoot.
very powerful when a spike goes like this.
Mhm.
So to have it more like snappy,
Yeah.
you go this, and then it just
Yeah.
shrinks a bit.
Oh, that animates very well.
Yes.
I like it.
And like whoosh.
Yeah. All right. Good. Should we cover the fire really quickly?
This one. This is basically composed of this.
Uh-huh.
So the blend.
Yep.
And then we have the background blend. That is
Alright.
another note.
So those are like the extras, right?
Yeah, that little details that blend everything.
And this is again
Then
the
we
same
have this.
texture you showed before, where it's like a neon light with distortions on it.
So this one,
Yeah, it's the same texture you showed before.
Yep.
Yep. And it's on a radial projection.
exactly.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay, so I have an idea.
Yeah, it's basically this and distorted by a texture.
But like,
And masked by the shape.
oh, okay. I did not see that one coming. So that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, this the noise,
Wow.
like the R,
Mm-hmm.
basically this one.
Cool.
So this one, and we have the main one.
Yeah.
So we have this one also.
Yep.
A trick that I use a lot to get color variation, as you see here, like it's not only red, but there's also some kind of pink and
pink, yeah.
purple.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically using this texture. It's a very popular texture, especially in Korean and Chinese effects. It originated in Lost Ark.
Oh.
It was a Korean game, a MOBA.
Uh-huh.
And then the files of Lost Ark got ripped and distributed among everyone.
Wow.
You can see this texture in the files of other Chinese games and other Asian
No
games. The
way.
same one. Yeah. And nobody gives.
Wow.
So yeah, by using this one, you can have color variation.
Mm-hmm.
So what I usually do with it is in here. So I cut like color texture, distort it, do a desaturation, so to control how much color is there, and then I multiply it by the actual wave. All of this then multiplied by the particle color. So that way we can have like this kind of color variation. See?
Mm-hmm.
Some blue, some
That's how
green,
you get the variations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you don't want like the VFX to feel monochromatic, but you know, some touch of color.
I mean, art generally, you don't want it to be very mono. You kind of want to mix other colors as well, kind of replicate reality, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
So this one,
Yep.
basically be under if you see it in here.
One under. All right, that's
See?
a lot of
The pink one?
transparency for the one
Yeah,
under.
So then we have the wave. Okay, finally.
Yeah, this
This
one
one
is,
is the
I think,
main-
the best looking one.
Yeah, this one is the fiery one.
Yeah.
And this is, it doesn't show much in here, but yeah, so basically I'm using this noise. This one was also created in After Effects.
Yeah. It's basically noise that is like elongated.
Yeah. Like elongated, exactly. Because I remember like you can do this very easily in After Effects.
Mhm.
Because you have like this kind of noise as a preset.
Mhm.
Like you can have it pretty easily and then you just stretch it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Then this one is basically distorted by this one.
Mhm.
So more fiery one.
Mhm.
And then, so this is the wave. And yeah, that's it. Then masked. And then, well, the color.
So yeah, that's how it's done. Like I said, no magic, just processes, tools, a lot of passion, and maybe a little bit of patience. Now, if seeing these broken down makes you feel like a complex topic such as visual effects for games can be less demanding or demystified, then you're exactly who I want to make this for. If you want more of these videos, hit and smash that subscribe button and the like button, please, because YouTube will know this content is valuable. So let me know in the comments which art or art test you would like me to invite for a breakdown next. Thanks for watching. I'm Jack the Generalist, and I'll see you in the next one. Salam.